Yep, there we go. Okay. Whew. All right, hopefully it won't get any hotter than it is.
Hopefully.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. Thank you for agreeing to talk to me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me.
I definitely appreciate it. So, talk to me. How old are you, first of all?
37.
37. And you're from Chicago? Born and raised?
Born, not raised. Lived there for a while, but I've lived almost everywhere in Illinois.
Oh, okay. And what brought you to Charlotte?
First off, I was over it. It seemed like the more that I started like leaving from survival mode and actually wanted to start getting into like actually really living. Everybody that I resonated with, everybody that I knew, I just no longer had any connection, no connection with. Started making a lot of different changes in my life. Started wanting better. Started cleaning out my circle. Started moving differently, and it was like everybody that I knew just went left. All the different places that I used to be able to go to, all the different things I used to be able to do, it just lost their savor. I mean, honestly, it felt like I was just biding time. It almost felt like, you know.
Okay, so it sounds like you were disconnecting from everything you knew. What was your childhood like? Your family?
I had a pretty rough childhood. Growing up, I was in the system, past one, and I think by 9, I was in about 41 different foster homes. So I'd pretty much lived a little bit of almost everywhere. There's not too many people that I can't empathize with or relate to.
Wow.
I think that at first I used to look at it almost like a curse, to be honest with you, but then I realized that those different experiences I went through are what gave me my gift, my ability to talk, my ability to connect or resonate with almost anybody from anywhere, you know. But it gave me my sense of empathy, so I mean, I'm grateful for it.
Okay. All right. Any siblings?
Yeah, I got like my family is entirely too big, but I've got like 7 other brothers and sisters.
Okay. Where do you fit in?
Right in the middle.
Oh, the middle child.
Yeah, you know it.
I was the middle child too. It's good though. People say, "Oh, the middle child gets overlooked." We don't really need all of that.
I stand out enough on my own.
Yeah, me too.
If anything, I wish I could have stood out a little less. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So 41 foster homes. Where was mom and dad in the picture initially?
Initially, yeah, up until about, I think I turned about 4 or 5, and we had visits up until then, and then they ended up losing their rights. Dad went to jail for quite a while, about 20 years.
How many years?
20.
Oh.
My mom was, you know, I love her to death. I still talk to her, but she just had a lot of different things. She had a really rough upbringing. She had a really rough childhood, and she had us when she was really young too. So she just wasn't able to sit there and deal with her life and deal with us at the same time. You know, after about 5, I was in the system pretty much.
From the age of 5. Wow. And your siblings also?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's go back a little bit. When you graduated high school, what did you do? Was there?
Like I said, you have to understand, like, my upbringing was a bit different than everybody else's. So I went from foster homes to group homes to like residential. So when I was in high school, I was in a group home. You know, I graduated high school at 16, so I graduated really early. I'm probably the smartest dummy you'll ever meet. I'll be honest.
You graduated at 16.
Yeah, my IQ is 147. I'm a genius, but like I said, don't let it go wrong. I'm the smartest dummy you will ever meet.
Well, a lot of times people that are brilliant intellectually, they got issues in other areas. You can't be perfect. No one's perfect.
I ain't trying to be.
6 on one end, half a dozen on it's gonna be something.
But 16, you know.
You said 147 IQ. I love it.
And the smarter I tell you I am, and I look at my life, the dumber I feel sometimes. But like I said, hindsight's 20/20, so I try my best to just look at things and accept them. When I look at the past, I just try to accept them. I don't try to change things. I don't try to wish for anything differently, because otherwise I'm deeply unhappy. I've learned that one pretty well.
It can be depressing.
You know, but
because we've all made mistakes, and there's things that I'm sure you want to have done differently.
You, but you know what? I look at all of them, and I try my best to use them as incentive to do differently in the future. I try to use it to the best of my ability to understand the patterns and why things happen, so I can avoid them in the future as much as I can. You know.
I always say I like to make all new mistakes. I don't want to do the same things all over again.
I'm telling you.
I know how that story ends. I don't want to go down that road.
And 1 and 1 always got to equal 2.
Yeah,
At least you know the pattern.
Right. Okay. So you graduated at 16. What did you do after 16?
See, like I said, my life was really kind of different. So at 16, I'll be honest with you, most of my life I never really had much freedom. I didn't have a childhood. I didn't really experience a lot of the other things everyone else did. So honestly, 15, 16, I went kind of crazy. I did whatever the heck I wanted to do, and I was probably an issue, you know.
But wait, so if you graduated at 16, were you still in foster care?
I was a ward of the state up until 16.
And then did you get like emancipated?
I got.
How does that work?
All right. So the system's different now. Now they're keeping people in the system till about 21 before they release you. But me,
I mean, that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I always thought 18 was crazy. There's no way my kids could have been on their own at 18.
They kicked me out at 16. So like the thing is once you graduate high school, that's usually when you, and because I finished high school so quick, I only did about a couple years of high school.
Right.
You know, I ended up choosing what's called a self-select placement. So what that means is I stayed with some friends of mine. You know, but staying with them, you know, I've always felt different. So I always felt like a burden. I've always stayed in someone else's. You know what I mean? So it's always made me a bit uncomfortable. So the thing is when I started, when I moved into my friend's house, his name is Cody. I'd known him for years. His parents, his best wanted to do background checks and all type of other stuff. Me personally, I just felt like that would be just a huge invasion of privacy, etc. So I chose not to do that. But I didn't realize that if they'd have done that, they'd have gotten paid. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mistake on my end. So I ended up leaving from there after that happened. You know,
so
because
for you to stay with them, they insisted you get a background check.
For me to stay with them and them get paid, they would have had to get a background check.
On you at 16?
No, on them.
Oh, their own background check.
Yes. No, DCFS. Totally. Let me back it up.
Of course.
For DCFS to pay them, which I never knew that they would get paid. I had no idea of any of that. You know.
You just thought they were being nice.
That they would have had to do a background check and etc. You know, so when they found out they weren't getting paid, I was no longer able to stay with them. So I became homeless. I was homeless at 16. Normally what they would do is once they kick you out or emancipate you, you go to a court date. They give you about $4,000. They pay for your apartment 6 months up. There was all type of benefits and bonuses that I missed out on. You know, because I was no longer living there. So the caseworker decided to come to that place. They weren't able to get a hold of me. They scheduled a court date without my knowledge or any information, and they emancipated me. You know, so I kind of had to come up from nothing.
So you fell through the cracks, literally.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I look at everything, and I look at my life, and I look at my story, and I realized that if I would have been somebody different. I wouldn't have been who I am now. I needed to be humble. I needed to be empathetic. I came here to be compassionate. I came here to help. I came here for a lot of other things. And if I had a scholarship for U of I Urbana-Champaign, the #1 veterinary college in the country, I messed it up. 16, so I got locked up, just ripping and running. Entirely too much freedom and not enough sense. But I would have been a whole different person if I'd have graduated from there. I mean, I would have had my master's at 22, 23.
Yeah.
You know, but I would have been a different person. I look at all the different opportunities that I had growing up in DCFS. Lived in Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, these are Highland Park. These are some of the richest counties in Illinois.
I've heard of them.
They were talking about adopting me and all type of things. And I look back at it and I'm like, man, my life would have been different. But I also look at, I would have been different. I came here for a purpose, and that's what I'm just starting to realize more and more. You know, so I try my best not to regret it, or I try to accept the path that life took me on. You know, but I'm looking at why.
Okay, so that was a lot.